Well folks, it seems that No Man's Sky is about to get another big update. Another one called Exomech is just around the corner. We've talked about this a couple of days ago about some of the screenshots that have been leaked, unfortunately, or fortunately for us. But now we have the one full minute trailer that has also been leaked. It's pretty much plastered all over the place and there's a lot of stuff to extract from it, a lot of cool details, a lot of functionalities to expect from this new update. So you know what, let's jump right into it, and as always a thumbs up on this video would be super awesome. Also there's the April giveaway going on. If you didn't get a chance to check this one yet, follow the links down below and you can win the game of your choice. If you never got a chance to get No Man's Sky or any other game, probably this is the best time for you to do so, and as always a huge shout out to Instant Gaming for helping me with these giveaways. Anyway, let's begin with the 1 minute trailer going on. You can find it on PlayStation Russia or pretty much anywhere you're looking for because it's been leaked by quite a number of people. Nonetheless, there's a few functionalities over here that look really impressive. First of all, it looks extremely well made. This Exomech, this Gundam looking thing, looks really well made, from the models to the textures, but even more so to the animations. I mean, some of these animations are really legit, especially one of the landing animations that really remind me of Titanfall. So Hello Games definitely invested some time and effort into all of this. Now the question that a lot of you probably have now is, what kind of use does something like this have? We have already so many exocrafts, they are really unusable, you don't really have a need to use any of them since you have your trusty old jetpack boost, which if you fully upgrade your jets, it's pretty much the best means of transportation on terrain level in the game. Well, don't put it aside, at least not for now, because it does appear to hold on its own pretty well against our current means of transportation. So at least in terms of walking and sprinting, it seems that it has a pretty good speed. It's probably going to be a little bit better than our character's own sprint and walk since it's a larger unit and it can cover distances much easier. But what about jetpack boosting, since that's our main thing? Well, the Exomech seems to be having that, so it does have a jetpack boost on its own. That isn't anything to overlook. It definitely seems to be very powerful. It seems to be covering quite a nice distance right there, and again it kind of reminds me of Titanfall over there on the landing side, but the video over here kind of transitions to the next scene, so it's really hard to make that up. Nonetheless, the quality over here is really top notch, and I really hope that this is gonna be fully upgradable, maybe at least one other upgrade out there so that it can travel for a little bit more, because if this is just it, if this is all it can do, I don't think people are gonna use it that much compared to just, you know, regular jetpack boosting. Now even if that were the case, even if this Exomech is slower than our character in general, I guess the trade-off over here is the fact that it does provide unparalleled protection against the environment, so you don't have to worry about your HP or your shields being affected and going down. Nonetheless, in terms of summoning, this does appear to drop from the sky when it's actually summoned, which begs the question, does this actually drop from your freighter, for example, or is it still summonable from an exocraft bay like pretty much any other exocraft currently in the game? And I'm inclined to believe that the second one is more likely. I'm pretty sure that this still requires a geo bay to build, and maybe it's just that the animation looks like this when you summon it away from the bay itself, so you now have the possibility of actually summoning an exocraft even if you're further away from the bay, and this might just very well be the case, but it would be awesome if, you know, lore wise at the very least, this would drop from your actual freighter. But it does seem to be usable both in third person view as well as first person view, with a fully rendered interior for the first person. So if you're playing like that, or if you're on the VR, this is going to be perfect for that. I mean, especially in VR, this is most likely going to be an amazing experience. On to the next topic of functionality. This does appear to be able to both mine and maybe even do combat. We can see in the trailer that it's able to mine basic resources, and it's most probably going to be able to mine advanced resources as well, something that otherwise would require an advanced mining laser for an exocraft that's not needed, and you can go ahead and kinda mine them that way. So it kinda saves you an upgrade for your multi-tool in case you're using this often as well. But combat wise we didn't see too much, and the problem over here with the exocrafts in the current version of the game is the fact that they are really weak compared to a fully upgraded multi-tool, which begs the question, are we going to see any buffs for Exocrafts, and especially so for their lasers and cannons? I really wish that were the case, because right now you really don't have a need for Exocrafts outside of just having a little bit of fun over there. And alongside with these, I really hope that there's going to be other upgrades for their weaponry as well. Maybe have a shotgun upgrade for one of these Exomechs, or pretty much any of the other combat tools that the multi-tool already has, like shotguns, lasers, snipers, or whatever. I really hope that's gonna be the case in here as well. In terms of colors and model variation, we speculated that this could be, you know, procedurally generated. Well, that idea seems to be pretty much out the window, and it kind of was now that I realize it since day one. I mean, this is an Exocraft, obviously the models are fixed, but it does appear that color change is a possibility. First of all, in the trailer we don't really see any of that. All of them seem to be in the color of blue, white and gray, but from one of the previous screenshots that got leaked with a different color, I think that this is going to be a possibility. I mean, all Exocrafts have that, as well as for the decals, so I'm inclined to believe that this is going to be the case here as well. Model wise, again, looks amazing, looks really awesome. I just hope that there's going to be some customization to that as well coming in the future. In terms of its size, it's about 2 times larger compared to our character, even in the crouched position, and about 3 to 4 times larger when fully extended on its feet. Surprisingly enough, it's still way shorter than the Walker Sentinel, as that one still towers over it, so I just now realized just how massive these things are. Would it be stronger in a fight against the Sentinel? I really hope that's gonna be the case, because I really want some Gundam fight in No Man's Sky. On a final note, there's a few other things and concerns that I have from the trailer. Is there a possibility that these can spawn in the wild? And the reason I'm asking this is because that one scene with all of the 5 mechs dropping from the sky doesn't really show any other player over there actually doing any of that summoning. So is that gonna be the case? Are we gonna be able to see these spawning on random planets, or are you just able to summon these left and right? Because I would really love to see NPCs using these, walking around with them, or maybe having the Walker Sentinels, the mech suits having a brain of their own when you're not inside of them. Pretty much like how the living ship, lore-wise, is an entity of its own. So this Exomech would be amazing if it had a brain of its own and be like the opposite entity of the Walker Sentinels. Instead of attacking the players, it would protect the players. That would be a sight to see. Nonetheless, this is pretty much it for now. Now, as far as release dates go, it could, drop as soon as tomorrow. I mean, Leaving Ship dropped on a Wednesday. Tomorrow is Wednesday, and since we have the trailer up already, yeah, it could be a possibility for it to drop as early as tomorrow, but it could also be a little bit later than that, because this was indeed a leak, so it was not intended to go live yet, so we might be able to see it by next week at the very last. So this is what I'm actually expecting in terms of the release date. Anyway, this has been pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, if you did, don't forget to comment, like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and peace.